Well, hello everyone. And my goodness, the Christmas and New Year holiday is over. I have finally gotten home and I wanted to show everyone that for my Christmas I got a new machine. It was on back order and it came in just a week ago. Just did the unboxing. I took it out of the box. The reason I took it out of the box was the box had already been open, as my dealer already took the machine out, made sure everything was operating properly, made sure my needle was in the center position, did all that kind of stuff, and did adjustments based on my preferences that he knows about. So, and the reason I'm doing an unboxing is this is a Bernina 735, which is a newer machine, and I'm going to take the cover off. This machine is unique in that it is 5.5 millimeters. It does not have the dual feed as a 5.5 millimeter machine. I have not even turned it on. But you can see my dealer did the test stitches and did everything. But what makes this machine unique is it has all the features and the embroidery of the 770 Plus and the 790. It's just a 5.5 millimeter. It's the next thing to a straight stitch machine, but what it does is use the smaller old style non-C or D feet that we all have, and but it allows you to do things like incredibly detailed work because of the smaller stitches. And we're going to get into that over this coming year. Is I'm going to make some videos on how I do my precision sewing, even though it's not as precise as it used to be because of my stroke. But this has the 7-inch screen, has the knobs, needle position, all your pattern end, everything. This one has the pivot and hover. I seriously thought about getting the 535, which is the smaller machine, which is 8 inches instead of 10 inches. However, two things. The 535 does not have pivot and hover that this machine has. This machine has no take-up lever. It is all automated, like the 590, the 770s, the 790, even the 880, and some of the older machines. It has the jumbo Bernina bobbins. It has everything, but it has fewer stitches because they're 5.5 millimeter than your 770. It has all the things. So I'm going to go through and show you what came in the box. The first thing is this one came with the famous Bernina, they call it accessory case, but most people call it the Barbie box because it stands up and holds your feet. I have too many feet for this, so I have the black Bernina case. Comes with the freehand system that we all know and love. Then it has your standard Bernina work table for a 7 series. Then my warranty, everything, owner's manual, everything. But I download my owner's manual and keep it in my Dropbox account. And the reason I do that is I can use my phone and my iPad and open up the manual and search for a specific word, which makes things so much easier for me because I can look up buttonhole or zigzag stitch or embroidery or whatever, and it jumps to that part. You have your power cord. As I said, I have not unplugged it. I literally just took this out of the box. It has your 3A buttonhole foot. And it has the traditional full-featured Bernina foot control with the back kick for the needle up and down. From what I understand, one of the features of this machine is it only allows you to do needle up and down function, where like my 590, I can program a lot of things into this back kick. And then we have our box of accessories. I have not even opened this up. So, hold on. Let me put the camera down for a second and get this open. Sorry about that, but we'll dump these out. This is my Martelli tilt table, which I absolutely love because it makes the machine tilt a little bit forward, so it's easy. This is the extra large. I have the embroidery arm, which I will do a video on that later. You have your Bernina oil. You have your extra jumbo bobbins, and that is just, when you're quilting, they are amazing. Or embroidering, because they seem to never run out. I have my straight stitch plate. This one came. I know some countries do not have the straight stitch plate included, so you should ask your dealer, but it was included here in the Netherlands. I have the stylist for the machine, so I don't have to. Okay, now we have I've taken the accessories out, and we have our feet. I have the number 1 foot here, which is on the machine. I have the number 4 zipper foot. Look how small that is. They're so great. I have the 3A buttonhole foot, automatic buttonhole foot. I have the number 8. I think this is the jeans foot, but it's a basic straight stitch foot. And then you have the number 20 open-toed embroidery foot, which is, because this is a 5.5 millimeter, you can see how small this is. It's great for precision. And I'm going to come back and turn the machine on. And and I got my sample pack of Mettler's Ceylon or Metrasheen. I use Saba mostly, which is a polyester based, which is the same as Ceylon and Metrasheen, but it comes in more weights and more colors. And I also use a lot of Mettler cotton, so this will be nice. And so we'll come back in just a few minutes. Okay, we're back, and I've turned the machine on, and I'm going to come down and show you the feed dogs of the 5.5 millimeter. See how narrow they are? They're fantastic for precision. Also, one of the things, I've put the table on, but also one of the important things is, and I should have done this before I put the table on, it showed you the jumbo bobbins. It's the same as in the 770 and the 790 and the 880. Plus, this one is also one that has a bobbin thread sensor, so it tells you when you're running low or out, which for me, that is an important thing. Also, this one, I have not taken the film off of here. That's why it's a little gritty. But you have your traditional Bernina and your satin stitch. But you can notice that if I select a satin stitch, I can only go to, this is the 1, so I'm going to press the 1 and we'll go. You'll have a lot less things here, but if we go, we can raise our stitch to 5.5 millimeters and we can make it big, but we can also make it very small, which is a very thick satin stitch. There's a lot of things that this machine does, but because of the smaller width it allows you to do, it only has a few of the more important quilting stitches. Again, because it's 5.5 millimeter, it's not going to have as many decorative stitches. But you have your alphabets, you have your decorative stitches, you have your buttonholes, you have your utility stitches, and don't confuse, these are darning programs. You can use the zigzag to make a satin stitch here, but for the more perfect satin stitch, you go to, it's not in this quilting menu. It must be here in satin stitches. I'll have to find it because, like I said, this is new to me. Here we go. A beautiful satin stitch. It's just, we have lots of options here, and as time goes on, I will figure out where all the stitches, everything is. But this one also has the information. You have your pattern mirroring horizontally and vertically. You have your number of pattern repeats. So if I press this one time, I can say 1 and press OK. And see, it gives me a 10 millimeter long stitch. So let's say I want this to be 50 millimeters, which is close to 2 inches. I would go add 4 more, and then I would get I get 14. So, I mean, you can figure out and set your stitches and make them very, very precise and very, very equal, and program this machine for it to stop and do lots of things. It also has the hover and the pivot. If we put the foot on, hold on, there it goes. We put the foot on, we have the automatic presser foot, and it will hover and do all that. We have our start stop for using not your foot control, and it also for your embroidery. We have our presser foot up and down. We have our thread cutter, and we have our reverse. And then here we have our needle up down. We have our pattern start, which takes it back to the beginning of a pattern, and we have our pattern end, and we have our locking stitch, and of course our speed control. And it, like I said, it's just a very traditional Bernina. And the reason I have a lot of the feet is I used to have an old 165, which was also 5.5 millimeters, so I have a lot of the smaller feet. So I will show you the embroidery later, but I want to play with it in the sewing mode and see what this machine can do. I'm excited. It's my first 7 series. I still have a 590 and I love it. I actually traded my Janome Memory Craft 12,000 for this machine, and my dealer gave me an incredible deal. So I'm really thankful to him, as he always does. And but I am no longer a Janome person, and I'm kind of happy about that, but I'm also kind of sad because there were some things that Janome did well, but I used my 590 the most. So I rest my case. And I wanted to be more precise and do some precision sewing. And we're going to get into that this year, of how to be very, very exacting and precise with everything we do so we can be as perfect as possible. So I hope everyone has a great day, and we will talk to you later, and have a good day, and bye.